So when you look into this, okay, right. So you refer to this PDF and you have to identify what are the needs and what are the stakeholder engagement approach, that we will be writing it here, that we will be the needs and the stakeholder engagement approach, that we will write it. Whatever comes in your mind, you start writing couple of sentences there. Okay. The need, already it has been, we have identified the need. The need is to automate the timesheets. Okay, from the Excel sheets we will come up with a software solution. That is the need, that is the basic need. And here what is the need of elicitation, where we have to understand, you have to write that sentence, and for that you have to take the reference of this, you have to take the reference of this information which I have shared in the PDF need. So just read it and correlate that information onto the case study which I have shared with you now. Okay, and then try to write a sentence on your own here, then we will evaluate how it is. Okay, and coming to the, okay, so we will be understanding the need is something like, we have to automate the timesheets from the Excel sheets that you can write. And stakeholder engagement approach, when you see into stakeholder engagement approach, now stakeholders engagement approach, may we can just look into, this is a HR consultancy. There we have recruiters, and also we have like, let me say, we have this, who is that, the accounts manager, accounts officer. Now you have to look into the, before you could identify the communication plans, the engagement approach, you should understand the time zone differences. You have to browse for Germany time zone, how it is, and what is your time zone. Any common timing is there, you have to first identify it. Okay, and then what is possible from your place, what is possible, you have to come up with a notes about it. Stakeholder engagement approach, may where the stakeholder is there, and what is the possible ways of doing it, just come up with a list about it. Time zones, you have to keep your time zone, you have to keep their time zone and compare it, like how many hours it is lagging or how many hours it is forward. Like you have to understand it, and based on it you have to come up with an understanding. Okay, this is what it is like, this is the time frame where we can actually, their working hours, our working hours. Likewise, we have to identify the stakeholder engagement approach, we have to do it in this way here. Okay, got it. And first come up with that basic understanding of analysis, what it can happen. Okay, and now let's come to the elements part of it. Elements part means, here you see this elements, understand the scope of elicitation. Now you read this sentence, each and every line of it, and based on it I want you to write some notes here. For example, business domain. Business domain means you have to write here, this is an like a HR recruitment firm, and here they will be dealing with the resumes, they will be dealing with the job descriptions, so they'll be mapping done, and here we will have a job portals, like that you start writing that. And corporate culture, like what is the corporate culture they're actually going to have, and stakeholder locations, like you have to start writing each and every point which they have mentioned here. I want you to start writing some or the other notes here. Okay, and then we have to even write what illustration techniques we can use. For that I want you to just refer to this text, and then you have to map it onto the case study and come up with your observations or your analysis points here. Got it? This is how we have to do it. And I'm going to give you like 15 minutes time from now, and I want you to just map this particular text onto the case study, and then you have to actually come back and start writing it here. If you face any difficulty or you need any assistance, let me know, then I'll be helping you out. Right? Did you get me clear on this? Or any questions from your end? Any questions?
Okay, I
Right.
think.
Penchlai, did you work on it? Any sections did you work?
Yeah, like a stakeholder engagement approach.
Okay.
Like we saw the stakeholders who are and set up call with the subject matter expert and getting the data I mean, the process already legacy documents, if it is any, like what approach they are following now.
Okay, fine. Fine. Well, now the action plan is we will I will speak about each item, and what did you write from your side? Each one of us will speak about it, right? And if you have any doubts, then we will clarify. Got it clear about it? Now, need. So I want we'll start from we'll have a cyclic like need. What did you write? Let's start with Anita.
Okay.
Need. What did you write on the need?
So yeah. For the need, it's like preparing this timesheet billing automated process for the account officer. So which should save their TAT, which currently is like 5 days.
Okay.
So that is their need. That is the important thing.
Okay, fine. Now, Jan, what did you write on the need?
Need I put it as automate the timesheets.
And did you write that shortening of the TAT time?
Yeah, when we no, I didn't, but I thought it was in plan.
It's okay. It's okay. It's just a discussion. It's not an exam or interview. Okay, it's just a discussion. Okay, fine. Next, Madhulika, what did you write on the need?
Yeah, what I wrote is automation of timesheets for the organization to reduce the TAT. That's it.
Okay, fine. Penchalaya?
I just wrote automate timesheets.
Okay.
Yeah,
so we can even add to shorten that TAT time as well. Okay. So we are all aware that the need is to this, okay, to automate the timesheets within a software application, and thereby we want to shorten that TAT time. Okay, fine. Now the stakeholder engagement. Who is going to take the lead and speak about the stakeholder engagement? Okay. We'll start with once again, Anita, if you're comfortable, you can speak about it.
Stakeholder engagement, it's part of logistic, right?
Right.
Yes, actually, I missed the earlier session.
Okay, fine. It's not about it. Okay, fine. Where you will wait. Gyan, what did you write?
Actually, I wrote it as a time difference between India and Germany is 3.5 hours, and work according to the time zone differences. Speak to stakeholders through Skype or similar technologies, phones or emails, because this is a communication. And make appointments with the stakeholders, timely manner, supply questionnaires and follow up.
Okay, questionnaires and follow up. Okay, right. And next is Madhulika. What did you write here?
Here I've written the means of engaging the stakeholders, that is schedule a meeting with the recruiters, company accounts officer, clients, be it group or a one-to-one on a need basis, and also keeping in mind the time difference again of being the client being in Germany, or whether we are in Germany, the time differences are kept in mind, and obviously after scheduling a meeting for all the stakeholders, a communication that is followed up, that is used for a follow-up and a review and so on and so forth. Okay. That is through mails and yeah, again.
Okay. And Penchalaya?
First I list out the stakeholders particular to this process. Then I send an email to the manager and the subject matter experts who are involved in this process to get the appointment or time to discuss further about the process. Then I set up a call with them to gather the information and whether it is whatever it is applicable, whether video call or voice call. So to get the data. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now here, if someone missed, we have to understand the time zone differences between Germany and our country. That plays a vital role here. That is what I want to tell here. That time zone differences is very, very important for us. Okay. Next. Okay. Let us start with the elements. Okay. In elements, understand the scope of elicitation. Okay. So who is going to speak about the understand the scope of elicitation?
Yeah, I am
Understand
also
this.
okay. Yeah, Madhulika, good.
Yeah, understanding the scope of elicitation, as per what I understood, it is I've categorized what is in scope and what is out of scope first, and then I've mentioned that billings and invoices and all the requirements of the company accounts officer is within the scope. That is automation of the timesheets is within the scope, and what is out of scope is the allowances and extra benefits that comes as a part of payments to the recruiters is out of scope, because that lies under the company's policies. So these things I've just categorized it like in scope and out of scope. I do not know how right it is, but yeah.
No. Okay. In one way, you're right only. Right. Next, once everyone is done, then I'll summarize it. Okay. Okay. Next, I think Anita, you can speak about it.
Yeah. So for the scope of elicitation, this is the HR recruitment business where it is a job portal where they prepare the JD for their clients and send the shortlisted CVs to the client. So this is their basically the domain related to the HR recruitment process, right? And the recruitment is submitted through is a fortnightly basis by the account officer, right? So the clients have the lots of manual activities involved in this process. So they wanted to reduce that. So basically, I have gone the point wise, and then there is a possibility of the manual errors by the recruiter that they have missed to update any timesheet or something like that, or the vice versa with the account officers as well. So there should be any proposed system who can handle that. Recruiter will be update their timesheet once system is only with the means recruiter will update their data, then account officer just generates their reports and send it to the client, and which enables that their TAT will be less like 5 days to 1 or 2 working days along with the accuracy. So these all are the point wise I have mentioned as well, the scope of validation. That slide.
Okay, fine. Next, Jnan.
Under scope of elicitation, I went with point wise on the slide. The business domain are which deals with recruitment and resumes and all that. Culture, I presume that's an assumption. Most recruiters work remotely, work from home. Stakeholders location, and the stakeholders are HR, recruiters, and requirements for automation of time. But at least stakeholders work. It wasn't some. Yeah, those are the points which I put.
Okay. Next, Penchalaya, about you. What did you write about this scope of elicitation?
I didn't write it.
Okay, okay, fine, not a problem. Now, to brief you about the scope of elicitation, okay, number one, you need to understand the present context of the project or the process. That means you need to understand the domain part of it, the business domain, their work culture, the stakeholders, how they are working. So you need to understand the as is, and from there what you are trying to do, that is in scope and what is out of scope, that we have to mention here. Present in this particular section, we have to understand under what context you are going to start your elicitation. Under what context you are going to start your elicitation, that is what we are going to understand here. You see, okay, I think scope of illustration. So here we are going to understand the context of the illustration. Okay, how we are going to start and where we have to reach, and these things will come into picture. Okay, right? And select illustration techniques. Now, who is going to speak about this select illustration techniques? Okay, Madhulika.
Yeah. So I spoke regarding the select elicitation techniques. I've chosen few appropriate techniques that will be for elicitation. It would be a video conferencing, since the company is in Germany. Either it will be a video conferencing or an online chat, or the existing process documents that we have shared through mails. So again, mails are also one of the techniques that we use for elicitation. So that's it.
Fine. Next, Anita.
Yeah, Venkat. So I think the first one is the document analysis, whatever they have prepared for all this timesheet and all from the recruiter timesheets plus accounts reports, invoices, then con calls, then in case of the group calls, video conferencing. So these all are the techniques which to understand their present as is. And we can, as the client is long distance client, then it is always suitable that we can have a Skype call or something. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jan?
Yeah. In addition to what Madhulika and Anita said, I thought interviews with the stakeholders and preparing questionnaires and also brainstorming would help in initial stage.
Brainstorming. Okay. Okay, and who else is left out? Penchale, any inputs on this?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't. Other than yeah.
Okay. Now here, I want you guys have to actually select this illustration techniques. There are some parameters which you have to understand. Number one is cost. Number two is the time. Okay, cost and time constraints, you have to consider it before you could go about it. And not only that, availability of the stakeholders. Let me say you're saying I want to conduct interviews, then availability of the stakeholder about it. And interview, what sort of interview you're going to conduct? Is it like you want to go in person and do it? Then what is that you have to do it? So here we have to, before we could freeze on these illustration techniques, we have to understand number one, cost involved in doing it. Number two, the time frame in which we are going to make it, and the availability of the stakeholders and your availability both. So these parameters you have to understand it. Not only that, we should also see previously similar kind of projects what are the best practices. Okay, so what are the previous projects what are the best practices we have. And here in this scenario, what is more suitable here in this like we sometimes some new technique may come, everybody would be interested about it. Let me say the present day trend is WhatsApp. The present day trend is WhatsApp. We feel very proud to actually use WhatsApp. Now very recently Google has come with one more initiative. I don't know what's the name, G call something, G suit. I forgot
Video.
that. What is that?
Yeah, it's G Suite only.
G Suite. G Suite calls. G Suite call, video call directly. So it's like I think more than 16 people can at a time join it, and it is for free. Now, something like we need to understand what is more suitable in that particular context. Now, everybody have a Gmail ID, and simply they can make that call, and it's video call, and everything can be shared. That is happening. And we have like from Google, we have G Classroom. Directly we can share and we have G Meeting as well. So where we can share documents and everything. So I'm just telling you in that particular context what is more suitable as well. We have to consider it. Not only this, the standard ones, the best practices. Along with that, we should also look into this. Okay. Now, setting up the.
I have a question.
Please.
I have a question here. Yes. So considering what you said, technology wise, we can choose the best technology that suits our requirement. But if you go specifically to WhatsApp or G Suite, these are something that is generic to a person, that is personal. That when you're being part of an organization, we generally don't use WhatsApp because they cannot be documented at organization level and they're not official. So I just thought I'll
fine.
I'll just share my thoughts with
everyone. Okay. Now let me add to it. Actually, my company, we purchased Gmail. So ours is for us it is G Suite only. We work with G Suite. G Suite is our official thing what we do, and it's not personal. It is professional for us. It is official for us. So
okay. No, when you said they use your personal Gmail IDs and not official Gmail IDs.
No. So it's like a G Suite is not for. Okay, let me add to it. Let us discuss here to understand it. I'm not overriding you, nor I am contradicting you. I'm just trying to share that there is a possibility that a company can take G Suite. Gmail, now my mail ID venkat@coep.com is there. That opens with Gmail. And we have some space for it. We can do calls, G Suite space, everything is there. We what all Google has
cloud,
yeah, we are all connected to it. We can use it just like
that. Okay. No, I was having said when you said you can use your Gmail or WhatsApp, I just thought I'd put in my
and
share my thoughts that
it's good. No. It's good that we share thoughts. That's what this is what we call it as discussions. Now it should be so constructive. If a point you raise a point, that's the very reason you have come to know that even officially we can use it, because few companies, not few companies, many companies have migrated to G Suite because of the advantages which they give. Okay, so sometimes it may happen in that way as well. Okay, got me? Hope here we should make sense when we are getting into things. So that way it can also happen. And WhatsApp business is also happening. When we talk about WhatsApp business accounts are there. So we can use business accounts as well to communicate. That's once again, as we have said, it's not finalized. These are various options which we have. These are various options which we have. We haven't finalized anything as of now, right? You got me? Right. Now, can anyone throw some light on setting up the logistics? Okay. I think Madhulika, you said you don't know about it. Okay, fine. Anita?
Yeah, I have just jotted some of the points which are available in that logistic. Just a sec. It's a logistics, right?
Yeah, logistics.
Yeah, actually the goal is the automated bill processing for the timesheet submission with the minimum time. So that is the goal. With the logistic, the goal is important. Then participants in this case is as client, recruiter, then company recruiter, then account officer. Then the communication channels are like the emails or the sending the reports, invoices through the emails. So those all are the communication channels are involved here. currently as is in a case study. And current mode is a Excel worksheet using by the account officer as well as the recruiter who actually fills the timesheets. And the frequency for these is like fortnightly they prepared all these. And technique is very much like old technique they are using. The Excel is not a technological advancement, we can say. And the it is possibility that the languages used by them, because it's Germany and we are Indian, so it is possibility there will be the differences between the languages or interpretation or something like that. So we have to assume that as well here.
Okay.
And that's it, I think.
Okay, I have a point to make here, Anita. The first statement, what you have
Mhm.
said. So, can you just repeat the first statement about the goal?
Goal is automated bill processing and turnaround time to be reduced.
No, that is wrong.
Time
Because
time sheets.
no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. It's not the now here in logistics,
Hmm.
goal is not the actual goal. The goal is how
Okay.
to make elicitation.
Oh, okay.
The goal is how to make elicitation. It's not right. You got me. No, goal is to make. You have to prepare for the elicitation. Goal is how we are going to make elicitation. That is what we have to make it in the goal. Okay, you got me, no?
Okay.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that thought process, like how, if at all, if you are making video conferencing, logistics means what? We whether we go to meeting, or we'll take WebEx, or we will go with like a Skype, or we will go with somebody like that. We will be considering it. Okay, you got me. So okay, you're able to hear me now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay, fine. What I'm trying to tell you here is the goal is like here to establish a effective communication with the clients or with the stakeholders. So the goal is to, like, with less cost, we have to make it. Possibly with less cost, we have to make it. That will be the goal of it. Okay. Here, if you want
Right,
to say
right.
the activity goals, so activity goals is that everyone should be comfortable, and latest possibly techniques we can use, but the cost involved should be less. That should be the goal of it. Okay, right? I want you to just redo it. If you change the goals, if there is any impact in the other sections, I want you to redo it. Okay, just
Yeah, sure.
understand how, because
Yeah.
the goal here, the goal is on
Yes, yes.
the logistics part, not on the logistics means what we are going to tell you. And anyhow, I'll guide you. Like if it is video conferencing, what we have to do we need to purchase a new, let me say, server for ourselves, or do we need to purchase a like a SaaS model? Maybe we'll be taking some subscription, or we will be like using our own we'll buy our own software, like that, or what is that? So we have to understand it in that mode. Suppose if you are conducting interviews, is it online you're going to conduct, or you want to go you in person, you will go there, visit there and come back? Then what is the logistics and all? That means the costing involved, and the time frame, traveling, all this, your accommodation there, all this will come into this. Okay. Suppose if you're conducting questionnaire means now, is it your own questionnaire, or you use a third party tool for conducting this survey? Because already professional sites are there where they will be conducting a survey in a more effective and professional way, rather than we doing it. So are we making a third party support, or directly we are doing it? Hope
Right.
you're getting me. Everyone is in the same page, or right? You're able to understand what is logistics here. Logistics here means whatever elicitation techniques we are going to do, or how we are going to facilitate the elicitation. For that, what is the cost involved, what is the time involved, and it's like how we are going to make it up. So all these things we have to analyze here, right? And based on few things, we will either we will drop few illustrations, and a few things we'll prefer to do with. Likewise, we have to set up the logistics. Let me say we have to understand, suppose if we are using some tool, so the tool is free for only, let me say, 3 people. Now the fourth stakeholder joined in, then it is not free, you have to pay for it. So likewise, you have to understand what is the what we say the context around to set up these logistics, like which tools are there, how we are going to make it, and what is the terms and conditions of utilizing third-party tools. All this we will be considering it. Fine. Is it good for us to go with Skype or go to meeting, or like we have the Zoom or like that? All this we will be considering it in setting up the logistics. Possibly you have to once think from that perspective and go through this, then you'll understand it. Okay, got it? Clear on this? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, Madhulika, did you get this? Because you told that this particular point you didn't understand.
Yes, I understood. Thank you.
All right. Now the next one is supporting materials. So supporting materials, who is going to speak about the supporting materials? Okay.
I've already spoken about supporting materials. That would be the existing invoices, the process documents, and information collected through the one-to-ones. Information collected during the meetings that was scheduled, and also any best practices documents if there were any projects that you have already did on a similar domain or similar lines, that also would be a supporting material.
Okay, even the client agreements with the companies, that and our company policies as well, we should add it, because under this perspective only we are going to make it up, right? So these things we should be clearing it.
Yeah.
So we should add company policies as well, and also the client agreements with the company as well. If you can add to it, then it will be good for us. Okay, got it. Hope you can understand about it, right? And prepare the stakeholders. Now preparing the stakeholders, how we are going to make it up? Any clue about preparing the stakeholders? Anyone? Okay, I will tell you how to prepare the stakeholders. You take each category of the stakeholders. Okay, you take each category of the stakeholder. Number one is, let me tell you, take the accounts officer. Okay, and then how you're going to deal with this accounts officer, like you're going to say that we are going to discuss with you with so and so techniques, and you have to contribute in so and so way, like that we have to tell them, right? So for that we have to take time to discuss with them. And not only that, we have to talk to recruiters as well. We have to talk to recruiters as well. For recruiters as well, like we will be taking, like, how you're going to talk to recruiters. Will you talk to all the how many, 50 or 60 recruiters, or will be taking like 4 or 5 recruiters, like that? Like you have to think, and how you're going to discuss with them. Like we will come up with a like a meeting, and in that meeting we will just ask questions, or before the meeting itself we will send those questions, and then in the meeting they will be like answering these questions, like that, or how it happens. Because we need to know the technique of doing it. Sometimes in the meeting itself you'll start asking them questions and they will answer it. Sometimes no, if you ask question, they'll not have the information handy, so they'll say, okay, I'll answer your question in the next meeting. Or sometimes what happens, we send these our questions beforehand, and the meetings they come prepared with the answers and they start telling us that. Okay, so what is the approach we are going to see here? Okay, now prepare these stakeholders means preparing stakeholders. I want you to just understand from that perspective. Like here we have these stakeholders, like suppose, do you have any plans to talk to the even their clients as well, or that plan is not there?
I think that plan should be there because of feedback. The point has been mentioned there. They take a feedback and all. So that is a future scope as well as.
Okay,
them as well. What is their expectation with related to this billing, or how the format should be, or something like that. There might be a possibilities.
Right. Fine.
So, no, I don't
that is
think
what
so.
I thought.
How we can speak with their clients?
Okay. So Penchila gave one response that we can't speak to their clients. Generally, they don't allow us to speak with their clients because that is their.
It's against the policies and the SLA agreements.
That's the very reason.
Not directly, but for the few things, I think.
Then in that
not directly,
and also,
but the few we get allowed.
Okay, we can do one thing. We can make a questionnaire and we can ask our stakeholder, like the account officer, to circulate it to their what we say clients and capture that information. And without that client information, you can get that solid other, except that main information, the rest of the information what you require, you may get it. That is a possibility is there. Now, will the accounts manager will do it or not? That's a secondary case. Directly, we can't interact with their clients. Possibly, right?
Directly we, of course, we don't.
Yeah, right.
It is not allowed.
Okay, fine. Now I think you all got a good understanding of how to write this document, right? Got it? So I want you to complete this document today and submit it at the earliest. Okay, if it is a day for you, you complete it by the end of the day and submit it. If it is night for you, by next day morning you have to submit it me, because once you start submitting things only we will come to clarity. Okay, I want you to do it. Then once you do this, then the next topic becomes easy for us. Otherwise the topic you'll not even understand anything. If you work on it, then the next topic, whenever I discuss, you'll feel connected to this and you'll say, okay, this goes in this way, this goes in this way, it will go it in that way. So please complete this document and send me at the earliest. Okay, if it is possible, another hour from now, if you can send me, that will be good, or otherwise take your time, maximum 3-4 hours may you send it back. Okay, everyone is in India only, right? Right.
Yeah,
I think everyone is in India. Thank God. Okay, fine. Because of me having multiple batches, I'm a little confused. Are you in India or not? Okay, fine. So in that case, if you can pull out 1 hour from now, I think you can complete this document. In this heat only do it. Once again, you start the document, you take some time and you start the document, you'll forget important points. So please do it. You pull out time, like 1 hour time from now, and just keep doing it. Submit it, complete it and submit it back. Tomorrow we'll start a new topic. Got it? We will discuss about the next task in elicitation and collaboration. Okay, got it? Clear on this? So today we'll close it here. Any questions from your end? You can ask me now.
I'll submit it by the end of the day today.
Okay, no problem.
I hope that's fine.
Okay, fine. Not a problem. Next, Anita, you're saying something.
Yeah, you are sending an email now. What all I have to write down? All the points.
In the Word document, did you not receive the Word document in the morning? Same the Word document I have sent you, right?
Right.
In the same.
But which all sections to be clear?
You have to complete all these sections. Just refer to that PDF and section and complete all these sections. Okay.
Okay, you want us to complete all the sections, including the guidelines and tools and output as well.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yes, you have to do it.
Okay.
Once you do it only.
Okay, then we have to refer the previous previous presentation. That was yesterday.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Already I've shared that presentation with you. Right?
Yeah, it's in Drive. I've seen it. Yes.
Right. Please refer it and go through it and do it and submit it at the earliest. Fine. Got it?